Hey guys, this is your Starlight here, and today I've got something very important to explain to myself. As you can see at this moment, I am going to be working on my Starlight's Adventures project that I should be doing back then, but haven't gotten around doing it, but should be working on it right now. So, at this point, I'm going to be working on my comic series, because about a year ago, I used to draw pictures on a piece of paper. And by that, I uses like scrap papers and exercise books. And I draws it with a pen and like markers and pencil leads. However, I started going into digital artwork because I thought it was very interesting back then. Well, I didn't even think it was very interesting at the moment. But then I started doing like the digital artwork stuff and the digital artwork itself. I first started doing it with an iPad and an Apple Pencil. And I started doing this back in 2020. I haven't done much of it in 2019. Well, I got it in 2019. And then started doing it in 2020. And then around that time, I got myself a Huion tablet, which is referred to as the Huion Canvas 16. But I started using that one. And the program that I started working at the time was Clip Studio Paint, which is a really cool program that I love so much. However, it is in Japanese, but I love Japanese. Japanese has always been my thing. Now, the thing about the story that I'm working on is called Starlight's Adventures, which tells a story about a young girl named Panna Starlight that goes on these crazy, bizarre adventures with her family and friends. However, as the story progresses, Panna learns more and more about the history of her kingdom, her family's past and stuff. And Panna has to try and fix everything that had happened in the past in hopes that it doesn't happen again. So this was actually about this girl that goes and tries to help fix a problem that was done years ago and stuff. And where it takes the reader to and stuff. But I haven't actually gotten around doing it because I was dealing with my Pixel dolls and stuff. When I first started doing this was back when I was living in Port Blanford. In Gambo, I started drawing pictures on paper. Well, I was playing with dolls. And then in Gander, I started drawing pictures. And started drawing these pictures for a good reason. And I always liked drawing these pictures because they were fun and friendly. And I started drawing pictures of characters and coloring them in and stuff like that with markers and pencil lids. And I usually draws it with a pen, and it's kind of cool when you think about it. However, I started doing a fan fiction story in 2013, and it was supposed to be known as Slayer's Adventures because it was a fan fiction stories of the Slayer series. And it had Panna going on these adventures with Lena Inverse and other characters in the story. There was some interesting stories with a character I created known as Renardo and his relationship with this other character. The character that I used at the time was Zelgadis, who was from Slayers. And he was like one of my favorite characters of all time. There was Zelgadis, there was Wizardmon, Orko, and Nohart, who were obviously my favorite characters. There was other characters that I used in the story at the time, one of which would have to be Rasputin from Anastasia, Jafar from Aladdin and stuff. Then you've got King Triton from The Little Mermaid, and all other characters in the story. I used that for my story. I was actually trying to find the right story of what it was supposed to be about and stuff, and this is where Starlight's Adventures came about. It was supposed to start off as a World of Warcraft type story. Well, it is, because the story takes place in the kingdom of Lestaria. At first, I chose Azeroth, but unfortunately, I wasn't sure about it and decided to go with another route. By that, I started creating this new fantasy world known as Lestaria, which is Panna's home kingdom. And that home kingdom is on the planet of Gardenia, which is supposedly to be Earth itself. Well, it was Earth. However, it was around the prehistoric era. There was a lot of things that was happening on Earth and stuff. Like, in the prehistoric times, when the dinosaurs were still on Earth and stuff, in the medieval era, there was a group of sorcerers who have started conducting some sort of magical alchemy and stuff. And one of them, I assumed, had made a portal to a different dimension, and it was a teleportation to the time when dinosaurs roamed the earth and stuff. So they decided to use this prehistoric era as their work base. And this is where they decided to bring all the people into this prehistoric place. And that planet they were on, they named it as Gardenia, which is the planet that was once known as Earth, is naturally not Earth itself, because magic started to pop up all of a sudden. The construction of all sorts of energies and stuff. There's a lot of stuff in the story that I wanted to bring up. However, I haven't gotten around doing it. So I would have to do this in another video without talking as much. So basically, at this moment, there are a couple of things that I wanted to bring up. And I have a couple of things that I've been using to draw my pictures, such as my Huion tablet. And I also have a Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and Samsung Galaxy S7, which is the tablet version. The Samsung Galaxy tablet that I'm working forward to, that I'm actually going to save up money to buy, would be the 12-inch screen version. That is what I'm going to be working towards. And I am going to be working on that, as well as working on other projects in the near future and stuff. And it's going to be a big-ass project. It's going to be an amazing project that I'm going to be working on for the past 2 months now, for like the next 2 months or the next 3 months. But if you guys want to see some videos of me doing my progress and stuff, I would highly recommend watching it on YouTube. Subscribe if you like. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I've done. I might gloss over some other stuff in the future, but that's pretty much it at the moment right now. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself, enjoy this video, and tune in to see my next one if I ever get around doing it. So anyways, as always, I hope you guys have a good day. This is your Starlight here signing off.